episode 12 of the XrmToolCast. In this episode, we interview someone that's rather new to the community, Danish Naglekar. He created a new plugin for the Xrm toolbox called the PCF-CustomControlBuilder. It, as its name implies, helps to create PCF controls. In this episode, Jonas and I have multiple feature requests to be added to the actual plugin. We discuss how to get your tool out there. So if you have a tool that you would like to be used more widely, I highly recommend listening to this episode. Jonas actually does a pull request on air, and I managed to mix up our guest's name with a breakfast food. So, let's go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome to the XrmToolCast with your host, me, Daryl, and Jonas. I can't think of a good name. Rap.
Yeah,
how are we doing,
Jonas today?
Just Jonas today.
Yeah.
Step down from the power rap.
Person. I need to change my name back on Twitter again. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, you said
it'd be a week. You're overstaying your welcome. The next person needs to take over.
What to do? Yep, absolutely.
Well, awesome. So today we have a relatively unknown, at least to us, although he may have some other circles that he's really well known in, but I don't know. Guest today, Danish Naglekar. Danish, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. First of all, thanks for having me on this podcast. Thanks, guys. So I'm based out of USA, and I've been working with Dynamics platform since 2011. I started my career with CRM, but my interest with technology doesn't stop me with CRM. I'm always keen on new technology advancements that's happening, and I like to keep learning. I've worked with not only with CRM, but I've also worked with bot framework, Microsoft Natural Language Understanding, that's called LUIS, AI, cognitive services, machine learning, and obviously CRM portals, Power Apps, flows, Logic Apps, Azure stuff. And I like to blog. I blog about new things that I learn as I go. Or if I have any major issues in CRM or in Azure or anywhere I'm stuck, and if I'm able to resolve it, then how did I resolve it? That's what I blog about most of the time.
Okay, so you sound like one of those full stack guys.
Yes.
Doing so many things.
It sounds like you have the experience in all the areas that I want more experience in.
We should talk more to Danish.
Yes. All right.
Well, one of the tools that I really like that I've built, not for XRM toolbox, but this was back when a year ago, I was learning bot framework. And what I did is I created a bot. I hooked up to my web app, which is hosted in Azure, and also connected it with Facebook. And then it's doing that intent recognition. And then and right now I only have it working for one particular intent, that is getting the weather. And then it's looking up in AccuWeather's API and fetching the real-time weather information for whatever location in the world you want to, either from your from a web app or either from your Facebook Messenger.
Wow. Yeah, sounds impressive.
So today, though, the reason that caught my eye is I saw that you posted on LinkedIn this PCF-CustomControlBuilder. And before we even get to that, you had an impressive number of likes. You had over 150 likes, I think, on your LinkedIn post. I think the most I ever got was like 12. So, yeah, you must be doing something right. So, yeah.
And it surprised me as well. I was not like, I just built it and then posted it on LinkedIn. And surprisingly, I was not anticipating that many likes or that many comments.
No, I can see now it's up to 234 likes. And I mean, you got comments from Hemant Gaur, who is like the PCF guy in Microsoft, and Tanguy Tessard, of course. And yeah, that's quite a big impact your post got.
Yeah. Well, Hemant also commented on some of the improvements, and I did meet them, and that I think so took it one level up.
Oh, that's nice. So have you already released an updated version, or is it still in the pipes?
No, I've released it yesterday.
Wow,
2 days
okay,
back.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's time to go into what is the PCF Custom Control Builder? What does it do? I mean, we've all probably heard about PCF in this ecosystem now, but I also, from a personal perspective, I try to sort of look a bit at it, but realize I need a lot more time to get the architecture and to know how to build these things. Is this where I should go to your tool?
Yes, now it would be easier for you to create your own custom controls.
Okay. So which parts does it handle?
Everything, actually. Well, not everything. I would not say that. So it starts from, you can build a project. So there are 2 projects. There is a PCF project where you actually build your custom control. Then there's a CDS project that gets created, which handles creating the solution for your PCF control to be added so that you can push it to CRM. So it handles both the pieces, but it doesn't. So basically, you get the projects and then you can start coding in it. Coding is not handled obviously in the tool. So that is what left to the users. So they can come up with all the ideas that they want to code it in using TypeScript or CSS, and then once they are ready, they can build it, deploy it, and then import it in CRM. So basically, when initially this PCF came out, like maybe a month ago, and as a preview, and I had to give it a try because it was new technology, and I love to work on new technology. So I had my hands on, but I ran into a lot of issues, and that's when I thought, like, okay, let me write a blog. So I wrote a detailed blog about it, explaining what are the steps, how you need to go through, and but still I was getting messages on my LinkedIn. Your developers were connecting with me and then asking questions. They're running into issues. How can I resolve them, or how should they go about resolving the issues that they're having? I was getting messages on my blog post as well. So I thought to myself that maybe blog is not the right medium to help the community to build custom controls. So initially I had a bunch of ideas. Should I do a batch file? Should I do a Visual Studio extension? But then XrmToolbox. In this community, everyone loves XrmToolbox. So why not build a plugin in it? So
yeah,
that's when I thought of, that's what I came up with the idea of the tool, creating it in XrmToolbox.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, you're not the only one who has thought that. I thought about that, and I know other people too. But I guess you were simply first to release it, and I think it's an obvious fit for XrmToolbox here. I mean, you need to do stuff with this CDS environment, and you basically need all help to handle all these commandlets and whatever you're using to compose the packages. So I think it's a great initiative.
So is there anything in the actual, so I guess I'll back up. So I haven't even got a chance to play with it. All I saw was like, oh, that looks really neat. When I get time to play with it, that's what I want to play with. But for the actual XrmToolbox, do you actually use any of the functionality within it, or is it just provided as a way to spread the tool to make it known?
So if I'm understanding your question correctly, underneath it's still using the PCF command line scripts. But what I've done is so when you create the project, you run the first command. That's a pack command. When you run the pack command, it creates the PCF project. But then after the pack command, you also have to run the npm to have all the NuGet assemblies restored properly. And that's the second command. But those 2 commands I've consolidated into one button click. So then your job becomes easier. It's still behind the scenes. It's still using all those command lines that is included in the PCF command lines. But I've just consolidated or bunched all the commands that needed to be run together in certain button clicks, and then you have to follow the steps. So first step is if you're creating a new custom control, then you first have to create the project. Once you create the project, so what's happening behind the scene is the pack command runs, the npm command runs, that restores all the NuGet references. Once the project is ready, then you can go in and then do any development on it. So you can open it in Visual Studio Code now, and then you can do all the changes in TypeScripts and whatever configurations you want to do, put CSS, you can add all those things in. Once you're ready, then you go back to the tool, you say build. Now, when you say build, there are 3 commands that actually runs behind the scene. So I'm, again, consolidating all those commands into one, building it. Then there's a test. And that's optional. If you want to test it, you can test it. If not, then the next command is where you have to deploy. Now, the deployment is where it gets tricky, because what was happening is most of the users which were actually connecting to me on LinkedIn or through blog posts, they were complaining they were not able to run the build or deploy command. The reason why, because they were not in the correct folder. So to run that command, you have to create that deployment folder in where your PCF project is, and then you have to go one level down to that deployment folder to run that command. And that was where most of the users were getting stuck. So that is now resolved using this tool. So you don't have to worry about in which folder you are exactly in to run the commands, because it's running the command according to the settings, and then everything is perfectly arranged. So you don't have to think about which folder you are in. You don't have to think about what commands you need to run.
Okay, so this basically handles all those nitty little things that we otherwise have to do manually. I mean, looking up folders and executing the stuff where we felt that Microsoft released the CLI, but it was really not all we needed. We want something. I mean, as a developer, I like to point click and get things built automatically. So I think this is great, and I started playing with it, and it's really neat. It's intuitive and does what it says. So yeah, this might actually be the thing that's getting me to start working with the PCF controls.
Now you just have to do the TypeScript, and that's about it. Now, new changes that I did in the tool is, if you give the correct working directory, and if you click the existing custom control button, then the tool will automatically identify the namespace that you have used in the custom control and the control name, along with if there is a deployment solution, or if there is a CDS project, then it will identify the solution name, the publisher, and the publisher prefix from it.
So it will do this from the folder structure in the files on disk, or will it actually can you actually point to a solution in the CDS environment to extract what's there?
No, so the PCF project is on in the outside directory, and the CDS folder CDS project gets created in the inner directory. So you just have to give the the main location of the working directory, and then what the tool does is it reads where the PCF project is inside that, identifies if there's a PCF project, reads the configurations from it, and then goes and tries to find the CDS project file in the inner directories, and then once it finds it, it just reads the configurations from it.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and a few other enhancements I did is now, because there's a lot of content on PCF, like you have PCF gallery, which I was not even aware of. There is a PCF gallery, and then there are a lot of links, a lot of blogs written. So what I did is I gathered all these links and all this content and then added in the tool itself. So now you can get the sample custom control project. You can get
I noticed there's like a embedded browser in the tool itself.
Right, and not only the browser, I also added new buttons on the ribbon itself that takes you to certain locations or certain PCF galleries. I really liked it. It's really great.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, absolutely. It's Guido who put this together to gather all the components, and I guess that one has been growing really fast, and there's a lot of stuff in there. But I think you're the only one with a PCF control generator.
Yes, for our listeners, that's the PCF.gallery, no .com, just PCF.gallery, and you can go there, and it has different categories to choose from, and different things to go through. So you can either see if a PCF control already exists. Now, are some of these pay, or are they all free? Do we know?
I haven't tried any of them yet. I looked into it and I really liked them, but I haven't tried any of it.
All right, so you can go in, you can see what's available to maybe to either use, or maybe they may charge you something for some of them. I don't know. That's probably in the implementation itself. But yeah, you can use it, and then if you have something you want to do, maybe you can see something similar to that. So it's a good starting point for that as well. So yeah, those are some very, very good links to have in your actual tool. So yeah.
Yeah. And basically the prerequisite for this tool is to have the PCF CLI. So you can download the PCF CLI directly from the tool itself, or now because it's new, so Microsoft is always keeping it updated, right? So they just updated it 2 weeks back, and then now there's a command line script to update the PCF CLI if it's already installed on your machine. So I added that as well. So now you don't have to go and search what's the script to update the PCF CLI. You can directly do it from the tool itself.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's a nice feature for the early bound generator. I actually include the actual command line in the actual plugin itself. So if they download it, they get that version, but they're stuck on that version. They can't go to a newer version until I update my version of the tool. So that's a nice way to be able to go and download. Is that download from NuGet then to go get the new version then?
No, it's actually there's a command. There's a pack command that comes with the CLI itself, the PCF CLI.
Yeah. Okay. So the CLI.
So you just have to
you're
run
not updating the CLI then. You're just updating, or what is it that you're updating?
Well, no, it automatically. So the command itself, I have not written the command. It comes with the CLI itself, the PCF CLI, and then that updates itself automatically using that command.
It's got a self-updater built in. That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they have to have the
Almost
initial
like
version.
Xrm Toolbox.
Let's try again. So they have to have that initial version down, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So is that still something? So that's still something that has to be done, is get the initial version downloaded.
Right.
So.
Yes, and that is also available. Like you don't have to look for the link. You can still, there's a button to download the PCF CLI from the tool itself.
Okay. All right. So you can download it directly in there. And, yeah. You can also include that as the actual in the actual plugin itself. When you go and package it all up for the Xrm Toolbox, you can include that like in a separate folder, and then reference it, so they don't even have to do that. If you wanted to do that, you could just include a version. Since it's auto self-updating, you could just have it update itself once it's downloaded.
Right.
So just a future request for improvement in that.
Yeah. Yep, and I totally agree. I should do that.
Okay, so what do you see any next steps for the tool here? I mean, speaking from my own experience, I want to release stuff as soon as it's good enough, and then you have a lot more that you can add to the tools. Are there any things you see, or is this a complete thing now?
Well, yeah. So initially, when I released it, like a week back, it was plain. It had nothing. It had just a new. You can create a new custom control or the edit functionality, but it was lacking a lot of feature. And then I started improving it now. So at this stage, I would say I've done as much as I can. But again, like how now people are again asking for requests that can you do this, can you do that, and obviously I'll take a look and then keep on updating it.
Yeah, that's nice. So I'm thinking one thing that possibly could be added. I mean, since I have never seen, well, I've seen, but I've never actually written any PCF code. One thing could be to get help with, okay, now I want to create a numeric field control or something like that to get help with the basic plumbing of the manifest for the tool. Could that be something to add to the tool?
Yeah, that's actually a good Yeah.
Because when I looked into the code, that sort of the just the framework you get when you create a new tool, then it says, okay, you have a string type or text type control here. Okay, what other options are there? I don't know. So then I got stuck and got tired. But getting some help there as well would actually help too, I think.
I think it's funny how this has turned into a continual list of pull requests or issues that we say, hey, add this, you need to add this, hey, add this, you need to add this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of going open source, right? Then you end up having this tool which is really amazing. And everyone loves it.
So when Jonas says, hey, this would be great if you did this, you could say, hey, why don't you go ahead and do it and I'll accept a pull request. So that's you need to start practicing that now so you don't reveal all these plugins like I had to do when I started my Raise the Bar series. So so Danish, you're not an MVP. You're rather new in this CDS Power Apps space. Any recommendations for anyone that's creating their own tool, or maybe they've already created a tool or think about creating a tool? Any recommendations for how to get that tool out there and get people to start finding out about it? Because that's just a really difficult thing to do. And Jonas and I are a little bit lucky in that we've got the years of experience and the MVP title to kind of help with our being able to shout out to the community. So how would you recommend for someone that isn't quite to that level yet?
Well, I don't know.
So did you do anything for your tool besides blog about it and post it on LinkedIn? Did you tag somebody? Did you do anything? Is it just you just happened to get lucky, or maybe no one else creates any tools and since...
No, so so I actually when I came up with this idea, I did this actually told Hemant Kaur about it, and he told me that I should be talking to Microsoft product team as well. So I spoke to them, I showed them, they also liked it, and then that's when I released it. So I would say that Hemant Kaur's sharing of that tool on his LinkedIn activity was a big thing, and that's when I got the attention.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that's sort of an indication from the Microsoft team that I really like. They really appreciate these efforts from the community. I mean, when they don't find the time, they want to, just like me, when I have something, it's good enough and they want to release it and get people to start playing with it, but they don't have the time to put the tooling in behind. And it shows they really appreciate us doing these things.
Yeah, and it's us really standing on the shoulders of giants, because I mean, we can't all know everything and be able to take all the newest stuff and be able to figure it out and be able to share how you did everything. But we can do one thing or two things and then share that and be able then to take something from this person, something from that person, and be able to apply it to our current situation that we're featuring. That's why I love the XrmToolCast and being able just to talk about tools that are maybe not known or maybe very well known, and being able to share that information and share that knowledge.
Yeah, and in this case, I think, I mean, the attitude from Microsoft really helps them as well, since, I mean, this will probably get me starting to actually start writing and messing around the PCF controls, which I probably wouldn't have done otherwise, because it would have been too high sort of starting time to get started doing this.
You've got too many Fetch XML builder requests to keep on working on, huh, Jonas?
Yeah, I got a few.
So when are you going to create a Fetch XML builder PCF control that you just can...
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we are talking dropping or replacing advanced find.
Yeah,
I like it.
XML-based advanced find.
But don't tell anyone. It was my idea from the beginning.
All right. You apologize to your wife for me that you just lost the next 2 or 3 weekends of your time.
2 or 3 weekends. You're very positive.
Well, I don't know how often you spend doing stuff. So yeah, okay. All right. I assume you can pull everything out of the hat. You can do just fine.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, Danish, in the sort of spirit of open source and the community driven, I just sent you a pull request because I fixed the alignment of the web, the browser control. It didn't align to the bottom of the form as well, but now it will. So there you
Okay.
go. It's really easy to submit pull requests and to help out with the community. And I think all our listeners should try it as well.
So, Danish, this is your first XRM Toolbox plugin, I believe.
First
public one. Okay, so you've made a couple private ones. Okay.
Right.
So,
yes.
for someone that really likes to be on kind of the cutting edge, how does it feel to be doing WinForm development?
Sorry.
Well, yeah. It was like I had to go 5-6 years back,
Okay.
learn what I had learned
Yeah.
5-6 years back, relearn it again, I would say. And then, but it was fun doing it because I used to love WinForm back in the days. So still
Of course.
When it was
keeping
hot.
to my roots. Yeah.
For this whole internet
It's
thing
like
that's
childhood
crazy.
memories. Yeah. What is that internet thing?
All right. So, Danish, anything else that... Called you Danish, like the actual breakfast. Sorry about that. Danish, anything else that...
You can't have Danish for breakfast.
It's
Come
kind of
on,
funny because
Daryl.
we're going to actually interview a Danish person in, I think, the next episode. Not trying to share anything of who it's going to be. So Jonas was rather confused about who we were actually interviewing when and which person. So it was kind of fun that ended up having to all collide together. So.
But I want to know more. You mentioned you have done some internal tools. Is there anything you can share? I mean, for what purpose? Was it just to try it out, or actually tools being used internally, or do you have an NDA, non-disclosure? You cannot say anything about it.
No, that was just for I created one for test, to try it out, how XRM Toolbox plugin works, how you build tools and stuff like that. And some of them I actually built, but I didn't like it a lot. They were having a lot of issues. It was not a good idea, so I just scrapped it.
Okay. Yeah, we all have to sort of start somewhere and play around until we realize how to do it and what we really want to produce.
Right.
Agreed. So I'm hoping that at least the documentation for the XRM Toolbox for creating your own plugin was up to snuff and able to get you up and running quickly.
So the documentation that Microsoft
for the
provided.
XRM Toolbox itself.
Oh, the Xrm Toolbox. Yeah, it was really great. The only thing that I had issues with is the references. When I actually installed the Visual Studio extension, it didn't actually quite got me all the extensions, and I had to manually add those back in.
Where's Tangy? Let's get him.
Yeah. Did you submit an issue to Tangy?
No, not right now. But I'll certainly do that. Or maybe I'll just look into the code and then.
I know there's still an issue with some dependencies for the XRM Toolbox file when you're debugging, and there are two DLLs that are always missing when you start a new project, and you have to copy them from your where you have a full XRM Toolbox installation. But I think we're going to get around that as well soon. I know Jim Novak did some things to make it easier to start debugging your tools, but I hope we'll get there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I guess anything else you want to mention? Anything else about the tool you want to talk about?
No, I don't have anything else. But yeah.
Are you going to be traveling to the CrmUG Summit this October?
I haven't decided, and maybe not. I'll probably on vacation.
You scheduled vacation during Summit? You could have vacation in Orlando and then still go to it.
Yes. That's
I've been
vacation.
to Orlando. So I recently was in Orlando, like 2 months back. So, but a few months back.
Okay.
So I just came from there.
Yeah. Try. So, because Jonas and I will be there, and so it would be fun to say hi and hang out a little bit in real life. But if you got other plans, I understand. But yeah, so
we could have an XRM Toolbox tool creator get together.
we could have, yes,
It'll be quite a few of us, I think.
the XRM Toolbox parents, is that kind of what it is, or plugin owners? We'll come up with some acronym. We love our acronyms, don't we? We'll come up with something.
So Daryl, you know what I'm going to do when we sort of end this recording? I'm going to create the PCF control.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Just want to let you know. I'm digging into this now. Yeah, I will do it.
And
Danish helped me take this big step.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah,
Go
thanks.
for it.
I will.
and what are you going to do with this? Do you know what this is? Do you know what you're going to create? You're just going to create a hello world thing?
I think my control would be something like Danish's first Xrm Toolbox tools, something you don't really know why you created and it will suck, but I will have tried it, and then sort of iteration 54, it might be something useful. That's how I work. So perhaps it's time to wrap up now. Daryl, anything to add? Or shall we... well, I need to ask you, Danish, if people want to get hold of you. I know we've been talking about your LinkedIn post and so on. Where do you most easily reach you online today?
Well, I'm available through LinkedIn. I have my own blog post, so you can access me on LinkedIn, Twitter, or read my blogs on my website.
Great, and we will post the links in the show notes afterwards.
Have you thought of an online profile yet, or persona? Danish the Danish, like something along those lines, or Danish CRM? Like, I mean, I'm just trying to think of something, Any thoughts?
I'm sure he never heard any references to Denmark
just trying to help
before.
Out. You never know.
Yeah, that's really innovative, Daryl.
So what are you talking about?
An online persona. So I'm Daryl, always raising the bar, or Daryl raised the bar. And Jonas is joking around with this Jonas Power App persona. We have other guys in the community like NZ365 guy and that kind of stuff. So have you given thought to something?
No, I have not, but I think so I should. I'm really
because we're doing
bad
the
at
CRM
that.
croissant, right? So we have that already. So we've kind of got a theme starting here with developers at least.
Yeah, the croissant and the Danish. Yeah. And I mean, after this show, you're obviously going to be world famous, so you better start thinking about this.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Nish. We really appreciate it, and thank you for taking at least one of your tools. You have some private ones, but just having one of your tools and putting it out there and letting us use it and helping the community. So really appreciate that.
Yep.
So Jonas, if people have any questions, comments, or ideas for new episodes, maybe even a tool they want to come on and talk about, how can they reach us?
Well, the easiest way is by email to cast@xrmtoolbox.com, or you can always ping us on Twitter @XrmToolCast.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, and have a good day, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
This has been the XrmToolCast with Jonas Rapp and Daryl Labar. If you have any questions for Jonas or I, or suggestions for future episodes, please send them to cast@xrmtoolbox.com or tweet to XrmToolCast.